Welcome back, trainers. So it was officially announced that Slaking is going to be getting Body Slam. I did make a video covering this a while back when it was leaked, and there was people questioning whether or not it was true or not, which is perfectly fine. It wasn't an official statement, just an accidental leak. It could have been something else, like possibly Giga Impact, which would have been a little bit more interesting, seeing that that move is not quite yet in Pokemon Go for us to actually use. But in fact, we are getting Body Slam, and we were also wondering, okay, well, is Yawn going to possibly do something else? Seeing that we had Blaziken get the Blaze Kick move, and then, or should I say Blast Burn for the Community Day move, and then we were able to TM Blaze Kick. Possibly something was going to happen in that regard regarding Yawn, but unfortunately not. It's just going to stay the way it is. 0 damage, and that's that. So we're going to go over how well it's going to perform over its current movesets as a Gym Defender here in just a moment. So this is all going to be going down June 8th from 3 to 6 p.m. in your local time zone. If you do evolve a Vigoroth into Slaking, it will know Body Slam. And if you're lucky, you can find some shiny Slakoths, right? You should more than possibly find a few of those around. And then the bonuses are going to be incubators will hatch eggs 4 times faster. So make sure you have your eggs cleared out the day before, or at least before the event starts, and incubate fresh eggs right as the event begins, so you can get that distance cut down. Because if you do go into this event without incubating fresh eggs, they're not going to get their distance cut. Say you just like put on 10 kilometer eggs for all 9 of your slots there, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to go, I'm going to incubate them right before the event, and their distance is going to get cut down. That's not the way it works. You got to do that as the event begins. So I recommend just starting it like 1 minute into the event, and you should be good to go. And other than that, let's go ahead and go over to Game Press to see exactly where Body Slam is going to land for Slaking as far as a attacker. Alright, so we're over here on Game Press, and as we can see, the top Slaking for DPS is going to be Yawn and Body Slam, taking over the Yawn and Play Rough spot, and then followed up by Hyper Beam and Earthquake. So this is going to be for PvE, going up against gyms as well as raids. Obviously, you're not going to be using this to go up against raids. Although, I will say this, if it does have Play Rough, and you're looking for some sort of a fun challenge, and say you also have Cloudy Weather, which Play Rough will be boosted in, going up against a fighting type, these things actually can put on quite a bit of damage with that Play Rough. So there is that option there. But as far as Body Slam goes, going up against raids, not, let's just put it that way. Dropping it in a gym, it's going to be performing pretty good. But I will say this also, Play Rough is still not really losing its value. You have super effective to fighting types with that move there. And a lot of people like to go into those gyms with a full set of Machamps, in which case Play Rough is going to be super effective. So it's still going to be good in that perspective, but as far as Body Slam goes, it's going to be alright. I mean, if they decide to go in there with like Mewtwo's, Machamps, it's going to be doing neutral damage, and it's going to be kind of spammy, but it's not that big of a threat. As you can see, the DPS is not far up from the Play Rough one. Now, if we go ahead and go into PvP, and take a look at where Body Slam is going to land for DPS, is actually going to be pretty good. All right, it's far surpassing everything else. So we have Body Slam and Yawn sitting at 7.83 DPS, and then we have Yawn and Earthquake sitting at 4.405 DPS, and then followed by the rest of them with Play Rough at the bottom. So this is just going to be more of a relaxing community day, literally a Slaking community day. So you're not going to have to worry about making as many as you possibly can, luckies, oh my goodness, this and that and this and that. Simply just catch a few shiny Slakoths and hatch those eggs. That's what you're going to want to focus on, is just hatching eggs, basically getting as much Stardust as you possibly can, and maybe even looking for shiny rock type Pokemon in between, right? Because we do have the rock event, which is going to be overlapping it. So there is that to take note of. So for this community day, I recommend you look for Slakoths that have probably somewhere near 0 attack, 15 defense, and then 12, 13, 14, or 15 stamina for the IVs. So you can make a good Great League Vigoroth, because Vigoroth, as we've been over, is fantastic for the Great League, right? Been over this before. It works pretty good. And that's pretty much it. Yes, we haven't seen Siltharinas bring in normal types. That's because they're not very effective, or they're not super effective to anything, but they're taking super effective damage from fighting type Pokemon. And if they were to, say, have just a normal type cup with just normal Pokemon, the ones that will excel are the ones that have fighting moves on those normal typings, and that's what people are going to pick. Simple as that. Super effective to normal. Bingo bango. It's a no-brainer there. So basically look for Slakoths to make decent Vigoroths. Are you going to want to make a whole bunch of Slakings? Not really. Not even the shiny variants of the Vigoroth or Slaking looks that great. It's really not that much of a difference. So, and not even a great moveset. So, I mean, it's kind of a very underwhelming community day, but that's perfectly fine. It's going to be a busy summer. So maybe you want to take this opportunity to just enjoy yourself instead of having to like stress about if you're going to get luckies, or if you're going to find the best IV that you could possibly get, or, you know, if you can get as many shinies as possible. If those are goals that you want, then sure, you know, you do you. But otherwise, you know, it's not a meta relevant. I'm not over here complaining whatsoever. As a matter of fact, there's a slight relief inside of me because I'm not going to have to stress about all those things that I just mentioned. I can take it easy. As a matter of fact, I usually drive for community days. It has been absolutely beautiful here in Anchorage the past couple of days. So if this weather holds up for the community day for the Slakoth, I will definitely be walking around and enjoying the weather and just relaxing for once on a community day. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I mean, I'm always relaxing on community day. I'm always walking and taking it easy and not really stressing. I mean, well, that's you. I have different prerogatives over here that I need to take care of. So this time around, though, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Anyways, with that said, trainers, just wanted to bring you that news. Slaking Community Day. Okay. Still yet to find a shiny Lily. But if you missed my last video, I have this magnificent gold Steelix, which is looking great. And then I found myself another golden nugget. I already had a shiny golem that I evolved all the way up from Geodude. And then I was able to get this lucky Leap trade here. So still going to be on the hunt. Hatching Shieldons, getting the Cranidos through tasks. It's pretty good if you need those candies. Let's see where I'm at for my Cranidos candy. 73. I mean, it's not bad. And what kind of Pokemon should you be walking? We already went over this before, but personally for me, I'm walking the Garchomp. The distance is down to 1.25, which is just woo, just absolutely great. And I have 212 candies currently. I probably have earned around 10 or so candies, maybe a little bit less for this event. So it's looking pretty good. I did put in a lot of rare candies, as you can see. If we go over to my items, let's go ahead and see where I am landing. Because when I'm in Chicago, I might be asked to do some sort of challenge and raids in which I'm going to have to possibly power up another Giratina origin form, because I don't have my maxed out one anymore. But I'm sitting at 532 and with plenty of TMs to switch any sort of move that I would like. And plenty of premium raid passes. See, I'm still stacked on those raid passes from when they were giving those amazing sell boxes out back in the day. They were still good recently. They had 20 of them. They did switch it back up to 15. And those are, I mean, that's still a pretty good deal. 15 premium passes and then 5 super incubators, 5 star pieces, and 5 lucky eggs. I mean, it's decent, right? Would like to see a little bit more star pieces. And that's, you know, it's pretty much what I'm after, is that Stardust. So if you're trying to incubate eggs, you don't have that many incubators, you don't care about raids too much, or at least you have a whole bunch of passes, this box, the adventure box, it might be something you want to look into getting there. And then if we go over to the great box, we have 4 premium passes, 4 super incubators, 2 incense, and then 4 star pieces. So I mean, it's okay. And then for the special box, we have 1 premium pass, 3 incubators, and then 3 lucky eggs. Now, if you have no interest whatsoever in purchasing things in the shop, simply using the free coins that you got from gym dropping, and you don't want to wait to get more coins, I guess this could be a little bit of something to boost your incubators and hatch rate there. Otherwise, we did see notes from a data miner saying we're going to be getting new avatar clothes for this rock event, in which we haven't seen yet, right? Nobody's made mention of that. So we haven't seen that quite yet. We go over to style. We have no new items. So we need the backpacker and the, what was the other one? The Ruin Manic, I think it was the outfits were called. So we'll see what happens with those. And they'll probably drop them in a couple days. If they don't drop them at all, that's going to be very odd. But maybe they're going to like to give us little bits as we go through the event here, which would be pretty nice. So I'd like to say thank you for watching, trainers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.